Thanks for that feedback. Take me out to the Go-Go Show with Tiago and my man Pat Boone.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, home for them ladies out there. I heard you singing last week. I'd like to welcome Tony Fisher here. Tony, the big Tony, from that Trouble Funk Band.
That's what's up.
Yeah, y'all hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Tony, once again, I'm going to do this pretty much with anybody coming here that's, a legend. I got to know where it all started from. The Trouble Funk thing. That was my first exposure to go-go.
You got a couple of days.
I got my time.
I'm going to make it short for you. I'm going to give you the short version.
It depends. You might say something. I might have to, for real,
No, well, actually, man, they started off as Trouble Band and Show. Trouble was in existence long before I got there.
Really?
Yeah. Ain't that something?
Okay.
Where are you from?
Well, I'm from Southeast, from the projects.
Okay.
Southeast, Sheridan Road. Y'all, what's up, Sheridan? Sheridan Terrace.
Right on.
Rio Edwards. I'm certain you're familiar with the name.
Sir.
Yeah, he was the actual founder of Trouble Funk. Wow. Yeah, I'm going to go deep undercover.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Yeah, but Rio
Ladies.
came. I was playing with a group called 8000 BC, and they were nobody. I mean, I'm just putting that out there. Rio came to my house one day, asked me that I had actually taught the bass player that they had how to play. He fired that bass player and came to my house and asked me, did I want to play for Trouble Band and Show? Trouble Band and Show was just a cabaret group, the top 40 R&B cabaret group at the time. So my cousin and I, Robert Dyke Reed, bless his soul, he's gone now. Yeah. We always performed together, and we always did original music. So when Rio came to my house to ask me if I wanted to play with the group, I was like, okay. They was doing consistent shows. That means consistent money. So it was like, hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I got up in there, and we pretty much performed and did cabarets and stuff like that. Then Dyke came and, he got in the group. He followed me over to the group. And long story short, one day we played at this place called the Club to Burn. We was doing a cabaret. The cabaret was over around 12 o'clock. After 12, Chuck come on with the go-go thing from 12 to 6 in the morning.
Oh, at the time, y'all wasn't doing go-go?
Nah, we wasn't doing go-go.
Was this like the early 70s? Or
this was like the mid-70s.
Okay.
Yeah, the mid-70s. So yeah, Chuck would come on. So I stayed there after the cabaret, and they let out and everything, and all these youngsters started coming up in there after the cabaret let out. And, I was just curious to know what it was all about. Again, I was kind of digging what they was putting down. It was real nice. So we wind up somehow, I don't exactly remember how we did it, but we wind up rehearsing there at the Club to Burn in exchange for a little bit of money and opening up for Chuck Brown.
Oh, yeah.
That first year was like a nightmare. You know what I'm saying? It was like we was playing all these top 40s. Jack went down the hill.
Ray Parker Jr.
Ray Parker Jr. Yeah, we was playing OJs. We was playing all the top 40s back then, the hot ones. But the people would not dance. They was like standing up looking at us, man, like, what y'all doing? And I knew we was cranking. Keep in mind, I was just playing bass. I didn't have a mic at the time. I was just a bass player. So then after the show, we would go in the back of the dressing room, and everybody would get to arguing and fighting about whose fault it was. And then Chuck come on there, and then the drummer just hit one cymbal, bang, and everybody just walked, just crowd up to the stage. And they've been doing that Wind Me Up Chuck since the 70s.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Wind Me Up Chuck. And I was like, what the hell? Anyway, I went through that for, like I said, about a few months. And then I was trying to find out the connection between what was going on with Chuck, the drummer, and the crowd.
Sound like that's what's bringing y'all into the go-go.
Right, exactly. So, nobody was studying this but me. everybody else would go home. I would stay there.
Right.
You know. So what happened was I realized that it had a lot to do with Chuck was playing a lot of the same top 40s we were playing. The only difference was he would not stop. He'd come straight from one top 40, going to that beat, and then transition into another top 40. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, okay, I think I got this now. So one day at rehearsal, I came to Rio. I said, Rio, I think I know what it takes to make these people dance. You know what I'm saying? Off Trouble's music. And he said, well, we tried everything else. I said, I'm going to need a microphone. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. Lock it in the groove.
Yeah, so he tried everything else. He said, okay, well, we're going to try this and see what happens, you know. So I got the mic. Rick Nixon was the music director at the time, the drummer. He was the music director and the lead singer. And he didn't really like where it was going. He didn't really like where it was going because Rio had gave me all the power just to, we was at that experimental stage,
right.
You know. So he gave me all the power. He was like, Rick, you got to stand down. Tony, he's going to try something and, we're going to try it his way. And roll with it. That was the very first original we ever done. And that's where when you hear that rototime, when you hear that right there, that came from Trouble.
Another sample.
Yeah, that came from Trouble right there. You know what I'm saying? That was the very first original that we ever done. That's how we used to open up Roll with it. Boom, start, boom, boom, start, boom, 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 boom. Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
Yes, sir.
We hit that joint, man, and everybody just got on the floor, man, and it was like it was crazy. That was the very first original tune, and we kept that beat going for about a half an hour, and they stayed on the floor for about a half an hour. We tried to sneak out of it and go into something else. Floor clear. We had to go right back into
that.
Chuck and the guys came in one day and we was playing, man. We had the place jamming. And after that night, Chuck told the owner, say, I don't want them boys playing with me no more. They trying to steal my music. Well, we wasn't trying to steal the music, you know what I'm saying? We was just taking the concept and just recreating it into something original. You know what I'm saying? So by the end, Chuck had recorded Buster Loose, so he was getting ready to go on tour anyway. So when Chuck went on tour, man, I mean, that left it wide open for Trouble, and we had the city on lockdown. And see what happened, it was crazy because a lot of the other groups like Rare Essence and EU, they wasn't really playing go-go at the time. A lot of people don't know this, you know what I'm saying? I'm here to set the record straight.
Set it straight.
You know what I'm saying? They weren't playing. Sugar Bear was playing funk rock. Okay. Rare Essence, they was playing, they was known as young soul searchers. That's what they used to call them. As a matter of fact, I think because before they became Rare Essence, they were like the Young Dynamos or something. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, we kind of like opened the door for these guys because they were scared to go there where Chuck was going. You know what I'm saying? And the big difference between Trouble, Chuck, EU, Rare Essence, all of them is that you can check. These are the facts. We have more original hits than any of them.
I will agree.
These are the facts. Original hits.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Chuck got a lot of hits, but Chuck don't have a lot of original hits.
Cab cow.
You know what I'm saying? Other than maybe Marvin Gaye and who else from here back in the day? I mean, Trouble Funk is like the only group from Washington, D.C. that had, real hits, original hits.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about national hits, not local hits.
Hey, speaking of those hits, what's the story behind some of them? Like I said before, my first exposure to go-go was through Trouble Funk. I was probably 10, maybe 9 even, when I first heard E-flat boogie, and that just took me there. I don't even know why. I don't know. As a 9 or 10-year-old, didn't know what go-go was. I don't even think it was called that in my neighborhood, because I know in some cases they called it the disco or something. going to a disco. But that was the people throwing the event calling that. They didn't know what they were doing. But
Right.
E-flat boogie, like, how did that come up? And then Pump Me Up, groove like that. That's like one of the first hip-hop records.
Well, you know, we had, Dyke and I, we had this thing, man. We had this thing where it was easy for us to go around and analyze styles of music that was hot at the time, and then take it and recreate a whole nother concept within that, you know, that style. Like, a lot of people don't know this, but Buster Loose was recorded in the key of E flat. Okay, and you have to tune your bass down to get that low note on Buster Loose. So that's where the concept of E flat boogie came from. That's why I called it E flat boogie.
Yeah, I mean,
You know
it
what I'm
rocks
saying?
today to me.
Yeah, it was a groove that we played in E flat. You know what I'm saying? And the concept came again from Chuck. I mean, like I tell Chuck all the time, you know, man, you was my teacher and didn't even know it. I studied you. You know what I'm saying? Very well. And I'm still studying him because he's a bad man. Chuck is the best that ever did it, for real.
Yeah, I would
You know what I'm
agree.
saying?
You've been studied
Yeah.
just as much by people bigger. you know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
and I have people tell me that, you know what I'm
Believe
saying?
that.
So, but I mean, it's a trickle down effect, man, and you know, it's all good, man. And I like all respect to my man Chuck, because he definitely planted that seed. He planted that seed for us to nurture and grow. You know what I'm saying? To raise it. You know what I'm saying? And make it what it is to this day. It's still not all it can be, but we came a long ways.
Right. That's why one thing we trying to do here is have interviews like this, discussions where something happened where the youth missed out on that
Oh,
groove
my
with
goodness,
go-go.
man.
So
I
I
mean,
like
you
to
know.
talk about it.
Yeah.
And people in New York loved Pump Me Up. How did that
Yeah,
come
but-
about? Because just like y'all one of the first
Well, man,
hip-hop
you know,
acts.
I would tell you like this. I mean, you know, and it is what it is, but we get so much more love and respect outside of D.C. than we do. I mean, you know, you got cats like African Bambaataa, KRS-One. They look at you and tell you, man, Trouble Funk is hip-hop. You know what I'm saying? They'll tell you straight up. These are the cats that wrote the Bible of hip-hop.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If their word is bond, then, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's like, and you got youngins here, you know what I'm saying? No disrespect, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, youngins here, they don't even know what a Trouble Funk is, man. You know, and that's kind of bad, because, you know what I'm saying? You know, you gotta have knowledge of some kind of history, of the groups that paved the way for you.
So
You know what I'm saying?
Why you think the youngins don't know of a Trouble Funk? You see what I'm saying?
Well, at some point, man, you know, and this is just my humble opinion, but at some point, man, you know, we got so far away from the originality of what go-go is supposed to be all about, and that just left the new generation, man, lost. You know what I'm saying? They liked what was going on, they liked the movement, but they really didn't have nobody to continue to set an example as of where they should go. So I guess they did, you know, what anybody would do, just try to take it in their own hands and do whatever they felt like it should be done.
Yeah, my thing is
And
like,
they on to something. They are on to something, but they're lacking some structure. You know what I'm saying? They're on to something, because I tell you why. Anytime they take it's a Beyonce, the countdown or something like that, that ain't nothing but the bounce beat stripped down. That ain't nothing but the bounce beat stripped down, man. You know
I
what I'm saying?
made up the bounce beat.
You know. So I mean, you know, there is something. They on to something. They just they need somebody more experienced, some of the leaders to come up in there, man. And then the sad part about that is that a lot of them don't want to listen. And then a lot of the leaders don't want to be bothered. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's for themselves.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, this is a sad thing, man, but it's true.
If we was having a conversation off the mic about what happened to that, as far as the string was broke, and I was thinking it was the leaders of these younger bands, like, not communicating and not listening to the music, or they listening to the music, even liking it, because they were there at these shows. Like, again, it's young going to see Red Essence, but they go back to their bands I don't know what's being communicated to their musicians, because it's like they might like your stuff, but they might try to play something similar or have just as much music and can't do it. Is that because they're lacking the training?
Well, you take a group like Backyard, man. There's some bad musicians up in there.
Yeah.
That's some bad brothers.
Shout out
You know what I'm
to
saying? The only problem I have with Backyard is that they're too localized. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, it's one thing to rock the house here, and if that's what you want to do, that's fine. I got a problem with a lot of groups like that. You know what I'm saying? And they got a problem with us going out of town or out of the country. You know what I'm saying?
Well, to that, y'all youngins out there, trouble belongs to us. Don't give them to New York, because I'm a throwback DC dude. I know I gotta wrap it up, Preston on the ones and the grandfather of the bounce beat on the twos. I had to get that out there. You know what I'm saying? For my man Pat Boone, kneeling there tweeting, people probably talking about me right now. We'll be right back with more Big Tony in the history of Trouble Funk.
Yeah, because we got a lot of more.
Yeah, we're gonna lock it in the groove right quick. Y'all gonna hear me say that every show. Lock it in the groove. TMOTTGoGo Radio Show back here with you. You got Diego here and Pat. And got special guest Tony Fisher here. We're going to pick up where we was leaving off with the Trouble Funk story. I'm going to get into that Pump Me Up. What's the story behind it? Yeah, the real. Uncut. You know what I'm saying? Pull no punches. We're going to go. You know, I'm curious about the Pump Me Up stuff, though. The group. How did that come about? Because I look at that song as being one of the first few hip-hop songs I heard.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, you're right. Well, again, like I said, you know, myself and my cousin, Dyke, we were pretty good. We had a real tight chemistry, and we were good at analyzing stuff that was hot and then coming up with our own version of, you know, what was going on at the time. And you know, Rapper's Delight, it came out.
Right.
Hip, hop, hippity, hip. Yeah. Sugar Hill John. Yeah. And then Curtis Blow came, I think, right behind that.
The breaks,
yeah. And, you know, it was like, hey, man, we need to do something. We need to create a rap song, you know what I'm saying,
right,
that would kind of like fit into that format of what they're doing. So we had the music. As a matter of fact, the music that we played to Pump Me Up, it was called Trouble Funk Gonna Funk You Up. Yeah, that was the group. Boom, 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 boom. And then I just freelance. Let me see you work your body. I say work your body. I say work your body, and then you back it on up and do it again. Trouble Funk gon' funk you up, and there ain't no funk like boom, 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 boom. You know what I'm saying? And the people was grooving. We always had the groove. Our thing was to find a good a hook line that we can transform that to record. You know what I'm saying? And we was at rehearsal one day, just trying to come up with some stuff, find a good hook line for that Pump Me Up groove. Right. It wasn't called Pump Me Up. Boy, here's the trip part. Somebody, I ain't gonna call no names, but somebody.
We drop names here. We will find out. Well, go ahead.
My man Taylor came in, and I know Taylor came up at rehearsal, and he had a porno flick. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the joke was called Pump Me Up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's all there. Yeah. We going to
real talk, man.
Yes, sir.
The joke was called Pump Me Up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not even going to describe the picture on there, but
I know.
Use your imagination.
Yeah, I'm using
and
my
I was like,
right
man,
now.
that's a good hook right there. Pump Me Up. Yeah.
Lovely. Yeah.
And that's how it started. We went to Sigma Sound in Philly. Nobody had raps. We wrote our raps right there in the studio.
Oh.
In Sigma Sound. That's where all the heavyweights recorded. You know, that's where we did our first. That's where we did Pump Me Up. The first record that went national. And we also did E Flat Boogie up there, but Pump Me Up was like the first one that really broke national. E Flat Boogie, we did E Flat Boogie first.
Right.
Yeah, we did E Flat Boogie first, but Pump Me Up was the first one to go like really break national.
I love both of them, man. I mean, both of them did it for me. You know, that E Flat Boogie, boom, boom, boom. I'm about to do the whole song.
I'm waiting for you and Tony to start jamming, man. You know, y'all got your own
I
jam
can't make
session.
an organ sound with my voice. Don't look at the time, man. We can move on. So it seems like y'all was early in the game thinking on a national level versus today other bands of today are looking at what each other is doing and creating music off of that, which is real silly. You know, some people say.
I mean, man,
I'm like
I said, I'm from the projects, man. I mean, you know what I'm saying? And I used to tell my friends when in elementary school, we used to set up, when you're young, you sit up there, you say, when I get old enough, I'm going to get that car right there.
Yeah.
We used to talk about things we wanted to do, and I was always a big dreamer, man, you know what I'm saying? I knew I didn't want to be there in the projects all my life, you know what I'm saying? I used to tell my friends, I said, one day I'm going to play at the Capitol Center. Never even been in the Capitol Center. But I told them one day I'm going to play in the Capitol Center. And they used to laugh at me, man. And I'm the type of cat, man, where, you just doubt me. That's how you motivate me. Doubt me. You know what I'm saying? Tell me what I can't do. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I got people right now, man, Trouble Funk is done. Trouble Funk is finished, blah, blah, blah. Just because we don't play around here, something about D.C., it's like out of sight, out of mind. You know what I'm saying? But Trouble Funk is still performing all around the world.
Never stop.
You know what I'm saying? We never stop. You know what I'm saying? We never stop playing. And when the time is right, we'll come back. You know what I'm saying? But right now, the game has changed so much. You know what I'm saying? It's like you gotta pick and choose your battles here. You know what I'm saying? Because I won't let the legend die. I'm not gonna do that.
I can't do that, man. As long as you're still around.
I can't let the legend die, man.
So y'all went from Pump Me Up. Was Let's Get Small the next record, or did y'all go into the Sugar Hill thing? Or was Pump Me Up?
We did.
No, y'all did the live.
We did the live jump. I think, the live Trouble. As a matter of fact, a lot of people don't know this. Trouble Funk, Straight Up Funk Go-Go Style was the very first live album, go-go album that was ever recorded. The very first.
Classic.
Yeah. Then came Chuck and Ras and EU. But Trouble Funk, Straight Up Funk, Go-Go Style. And I'm going to tell you why we did that song. Why we did that album. It was a double album.
Right.
The reason why we did that is because a lot of the DJs were starting to play PA tapes on the break. You know what I'm saying? We had to figure out a way to get them back on the records. And they was playing PA tapes trying to compete with the band. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's why we did a set at Moonlight Inn, and it was like one of the best sets we ever did. And Rio said, man, we got to take that set right there to the studio and get these DJs back on the records. You know what I'm saying?
So that's how that came.
Yeah. Because, I mean, what was happening with the DJs was go-go was so strong here. It's like they could play the regular music that's supposed to be hot. Mm-hmm. It's intermission time. Ain't nobody going to dance. So that kind of got in their feelings a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But back then, the DJs was used to being,
DJs was the man, huh?
Yeah. So, again, they started getting real smart about it, real clever, and it's like if Trouble Funk was performing at the Moonlight Inn, they'd play a cranking EU or cranking Rassins. You know what I'm saying? And keep the people dancing. But what that was doing, that was wearing them out for when we came back on for the second set.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying? You know, because they be dancing hard like the band was actually there. The DJ be cranking that joint. You know. But yeah, that's how we got them back. You know, on the records and everything.
Oh,
Straight up funk.
Straight up funk, one of my favorites. So
Yeah,
did that lead?
Yeah, I remember that joint.
Chicka, boom. All right. Some of y'all from.
There's a lot of classics on there, man. Drop the Bomb, P5, Funk.
I think some of the stuff you say.
Number 3.
Yeah, I think some of the stuff would work today.
Oh yeah. Well,
I'm scared.
The thing with trouble funk music, man, is that a lot of that music was timeless. A lot of it was ahead of its time. Yeah. I'm still getting good checks from them. Hey. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Do it.
I mean, Let's Get Small,
ching,
man.
Ching.
You can play Let's Get Small, Pump Me Up, Drop the Bomb at any party. They gonna do what they do. They gonna make it do what it do.
Let's Get Small has been sampled.
Yeah.
That
it's been sampled.
What is that sound?
All of them
at
been
the beginning.
sampled.
Bench.
Everybody have used Let's Get Small, from Rare Essence to KRS-One.
Lock It. They used it for Lock It.
You know, like I said, Trouble Funk is here's another thing that you may not know. I'm gonna give you some serious history. Trouble Funk is the most sampled group in hip hop history. Yeah.
Mommy Tender. But look, let's get into the Sugar Hill record. What led y'all to Sugar Hill Records, and how was that experience?
We toured with Sugar Hill and Grandmaster Flash, and
y'all was out cranking them, right?
We was out.
Every night is a battle. Every night is a battle, y'all. Youngins, listen.
We was kicking serious.
Multi-car
bring your
show.
A game every night.
Bring your A game.
Anyway, Joe Robinson, he liked the sound. He liked what was going down. So he set up a meeting with Rio, and Rio went down there and pretty much signed a deal, and then they took a couple of the songs that we already had out and remixed them, put it out on Sugar Hill Records. And it wasn't a great deal, but it definitely got us in places that, we didn't get no money out of it. I'm tell you like that. They kind of, screwed us, and that's what happens sometimes, with your first major deal if you don't know the business. You know what I'm saying? But we learned the hard way, but we learned, and. Thank God, man, that we were blessed enough to go back and correct a lot of that, and we got our music back, which is one of the reasons why it's better late than never. But still getting paid.
That's what it's about. Man. What are some of the records you recorded when you was with Sugar Hill?
We did a lot of the stuff we did, man, Trouble Funk had about 2 or 3 albums before we even got there that wasn't even released.
Oh,
we was just, man, we were young, man. We was like ambitious. We was just in the studio just recording, and the way we worked, man, we would do it until we ran out of money, and then we'd go back and get some more money and come back and do some more. We was just recording, man, just stacking up. That's why back then, I don't know if you remember, but we could put out a damn 12-inch every other week. We was dropping a new 12-inch. We was giving stuff away. We was dropping out a 12-inch with 4 songs on it.
Hey, they was hustling.
We was just trying to flood the market. So we did like, Hey Fellas. We did this slow tune that was really, really big outside of D.C.
Was it Freaky Situation?
No. This was Don't Try to Use Me.
Yeah. I just like the name. I like the name.
Situation. That's In Times of Trouble.
Right. I just remember seeing it on the album.
Yeah, that was after Sugar Hill.
Oh, okay.
Just for the record, I'm loving all these titles.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Freaky Situation.
Freaky Situation,
Yeah,
man. Hey, man, you got that in?
Hey.
Yeah, we felt like the titles is just as important, man.
Oh, absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
You know, because if you can capture their attention with the title, make you curious. Freaky situation. Let me check that out. See what that's about.
Nina, what do you think? Listen to me. Freaky situation. She smiled, y'all. That's all I need. Hey, back to your regularly scheduled program. Mumbo Jumbo from TAGO. All right.
Yeah.
All good. It's all good. Now, we touched on earlier about the DJs playing PAs. And I'm assuming you're playing PAs of Essence EU. Did that lead into the battle? Where did the battles start? And how was that experience?
The actual battles started long before that. You know,
Yeah, what started it?
the promoters started.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was a payday for the promoters.
One
there.
question: were they real promoters or fake promoters?
Well, back then they was pretty real for what it was worth.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Nah, you ain't have a lot of fake promoters like
Oh, not
now.
the dealers of today, yeah.
Yeah, not like now. You
got a lot of phony.
You got
Give
a
me my
lot of
package.
wannabes up
Give my
here. You know,
package.
I'm gonna tell you my idea of a real promoter versus a fake promoter.
Mm-hmm.
A real promoter ain't gonna wait for what's coming through the door to pay you.
Yes.
You know what I'm
Thank
saying?
you.
If
Thank
you're
you.
a real
Round of applause
promoter,
for that. Round of applause.
if you're a real promoter, you're gonna come in there with my envelope. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not even a promoter, but if sometimes I promote shows myself. I come in there with my band's money in my hand, no matter what comes through that door.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what a thorough promoter is all about.
Right.
You got a lot of, fake wannabe promoters, and you know who you are. That's why they don't mess with trouble. You know what I'm saying? And you got a lot of little press bands out here, man. You know what I'm saying? That's making it. They making the game real messed up for the bands that's really deserving. It's like, well, why get this band right here that's real deserving when you can get this band for less than half?
And they'll play the
You know what
same
I'm saying?
thing you playing. Your beats,
Right.
your songs.
And so they're all playing top 40s.
Yeah, that's all they
You know what I'm
know.
saying? They're all playing top
The
40s,
same
man.
tunes.
So
some
actually what it
originals.
comes down to basically is who can learn them the best and the fastest.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because the tunes are here today. The tunes that they play now, they're here today and gone tomorrow because ain't nobody putting no real time into ain't no more classics.
Nah.
The classics are gone.
Like nothing's
The classics
identifiable.
left after the late 80s, early 90s. After that, there is no more classics. Everything is like you got people in their bedroom with Pro Tools putting songs together, but the faster you put them together and the faster they hit, the faster they die.
And I always thought, I don't know, wasn't there in the camps, but the bands generally, as far as the musicians, got along with each other. The different bands.
Well, back
Until-
in the day, we didn't because, and I'm gonna
Who
tell you
pulled the
why.
power
I'm
first? Who
learning
pulled the
something, okay.
Who pulled the power plug first?
Nah, but
Who did it?
actually, man, it was the managers and the promoters that had the bands thinking that we didn't like each other, and they did that for their benefit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like it's like, nah, you can't be down with them like that because they're your rivalries. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like back in the day, it's like EU, Rassins, Trouble. You know what I'm saying? It's like basically Trouble, EU, Rassins. We were like, I call them the big four.
Yeah.
Right.
After that, everything else is pretty much a phase to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But those were the groups that actually started it.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? And then if you want to throw another group in there, I would say Junkyard. You know what I'm saying? These were the groups that it went back and forth depending on what turf we were on. So if we battled on Razz's turf, no matter how good we sound, you know what I'm saying? Hey, that's Razz's turf, man. You know, they're going to have the edge. If they battled on our turf, you know what I'm saying? It was like, Club the Burn was trouble on turf right there, you know. And but the battle that people always brought up that controversy was Trouble in EU. We were like Redskins and Dallas, man.
Uh-oh.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, man, we went back and forth. You know,
Always
and right now to this day, Sugar Bear won't admit it. He always tell everybody he won all the battles. You know what I'm saying?
And he did that at the Essence reunion. I ain't gonna put him like I did like I did at the Cap.
Hey, one thing about it, he's still saying pound for pound, he the best. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hold on, we're gonna get back to that later. Take me out to the Go-Go show. We'll be back with TMOTTGoGo
That Boone.
and our special guest.
Big Tony.
Yeah. We back. Take me out to the Go-Go show with Pat. Say my name, man. No, I'm just messing with you. It's TMOTTGoGo and Pat Boone, our special guest, Big Tony. We got Preston and I can on the ones and the twos and the ones, whatever order they want to do the damn thing. We got Nina cussing me out on Twitter. I just know her. I'll pick it up later after the show and we'll make up. Back to the battle. Who pulled the plug first, Big Tony? I remember being a kid and hearing about battles of the band. It was always about who pulled the plug on the power.
Man, you know what? Right now to this day, I don't honestly know.
But that did happen?
It happened a lot of times, yeah. Oh, man, it happened a lot of times.
That sounds.
But a lot of times, I don't think it was the actual members of the band. It would be like a crew member or something like that. You know, they would hate seeing their band getting their ass kicked. So I mean, you know.
Yeah.
So that's a compliment, kind of, sort of.
That's definitely a compliment.
When you get your power pulled, that means you're winning the crank battle.
Yeah, I remember one show.
Tell it. Name the band too.
Hey.
I remember one show, man. And see, here's another thing. It was a lot of battles between the PA systems.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like we was doing this show. I think it was Roosevelt High School, and EU was playing with us. So we were set up on one side, and EU was set up on the other side. EU had their man. I think it was Ben, a guy named Ben, doing the sound, and then we had Rio, and you know they was on their side cranking. It was time for us to play, and they was playing overtime. They wouldn't stop. You know what I'm saying? So,
It's about attitude.
one of the crew guys was like, "Nah, we're going to pull the power on." It was like Rio was like, "Nah, don't pull the power. Y'all just crank up." You know?
Yeah.
Man, we used to travel with a tractor trailer, so I mean, I ain't got to tell you about the stuff that we had. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we would pull up at what's the name of that skating ring? Not Crystal. Atlantic.
Atlantic skating ring.
We pull up
Southwest.
Cherries with a big tractor trailer. You know, we had a trouble for that tractor trailer that's onto a stage.
Damn, y'all always go stars.
Yeah.
Damn.
So we can go anywhere. We would go down Anacostia and without a permit and just.
Right there. I was like the only one saying, I remember bands being in the park or something going in the park.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And man, we would go down there
Suckers.
and just crank, you know, I mean, without a permit. And it was good. It was all good back then. You know, people would stop. Back then, people would stop on the highway, man, and just jump over the fence, man. And before you know it, about an hour into it, it'd be packed down there.
It's a go-go.
But getting back to the battle.
Yes, sir.
It
Yeah.
was Trouble Funk at EU, man. We was at Roosevelt High School, and they kept playing. They wouldn't stop playing. So we just cranked our music up, man, and it was like just swallowed their little PA system up. So everybody on that side just shifted back to our side.
They caught them slipping.
That was one of the great memories, man, that stand out in my head, man. You know, when it comes to talking about battles.
Yeah, one thing about the battle, what did it do? How was it musically, like when new stuff came out? I mean, because y'all was coming out with new stuff all the time. Did that, in your opinion, make EU come out with a record? Or, well, Essence ain't put out one, but they had gaps. But live, you know, they might come up with something new live.
Yeah. Well, EU, locally, EU had, you know, they came out with quite a few.
Yeah, they had quite a few records.
They had some junks, man. I mean, you know, they had the EU Freeze, you know, the Roll Call. They had some nice junks. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the Ooh La La junk and what's that? Yeah, that's What's that? Roll call. It's roll call. Right.
Thanks,
That was one of my favorites, man. Yeah. But, they just didn't have the originals of Trouble Funk. Basically, when it come to battling, and here's another thing. The very first battle was at big battle was at Calorama Skating Ring.
Who was the bands involved?
It was a whole bunch of groups. A lot of groups were there, wasn't even go-go groups.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? We had Trouble, Rare Essence, Nature's Creation, EU wasn't, at the time, EU wasn't playing go-go.
Oh, man, slaughter.
They weren't playing go. As a matter of fact, after the show, Sugar Bear came to me and was like, yeah, man, y'all sound good. You need to play more bass and don't talk so much on the mic.
He didn't know at the time.
Like, dude,
damn, man.
I'm doing what it takes, man, to make these people, make these people dance. So about maybe not even a month later, we did a gig at the Washington Coliseum, and you got Sugar Bear up on the stage going, "Say what now? Say what, y'all? I'll get it now." I said, yeah, right. Yeah. Talking too much on the mic, man. So he got it. Yeah, he got it. You know what I'm saying? If you want to get paid, you better get you a mic, homie.
Hey, you had a good answer for everything with that one. Because it was about getting paid with you. The rest of them.
If you don't get paid, you better get you a mic and say something that people want to hear.
See, you rubbing your hands together, so you was been looking forward to them battles when you knew certain bands was on the card.
It was fun. It was fun. I never would go out. My cousin Dyke, he was like an instigator. He was like, "Oh man, go out there, you cranking, man. Come on and listen." I was like, "Dude, I'm chilling." I'd be in the dressing room just chilling. I wasn't concerned with what Rare Essence or EU was doing. You know what I'm saying? Because I was in my own world. And that's what got me by. I didn't even allow myself to even,
So with that battling thing, was it a lot of? I know, like nowadays, if a battle was on, sometimes guys will put like the band they battling, and they put like names in it, or talk about the situation. Like if you battling at Rare Essence, would you battling Rare Essence? Would you talk about Rare Essence, or was it just?
What you mean talking about?
Shut
up, your wife left you. Something like that.
We let the music do the talking. We didn't really.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? They did a lot of that, and it was cool. Like I said, it was all in good fun, man.
Right.
We didn't take it serious.
Right.
Just like I used to love Sugar Bear when he go over there, dun dun dun. Trouble Funk Free.
Yeah. I mean, that's true battling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And every now and then we may throw a, you know what I'm saying? We may come right back and go, RE is all right and EU is out of sight, but wall to wall, treetop tall, Trouble Funk out funks them all. You know what I'm saying?
Say what?
I mean, we got into a little bit of that, but we didn't, it wasn't real serious. You know what I'm saying?
I still at work, I just bust out throwing out hooks or whatever. I might be like, how that pop going? Let's get small. I'll be sitting at my desk. I got well, you don't need to know what kind of job I got, but outside this one right here. But it's a quiet environment. I get bored. Some people say that they're too old to feel this type of groove. And people look at me. What the hell is you saying? I say, I don't know about that. Just get small. That's all you need to do. I love that shit, man.
I'm going to get you to sit in for me one day, man.
Pat the singer, we just got to show him the groove. We got to show him how to lock it in the groove. Y'all going to hear that loud. Right.
Come on.
Like Chuck Brown say, put it in the pocket when you know it's going to be safe.
Right. That's the most slickest talking person I've heard to me.
Man, he's best that
I like
did
this,
it, man.
Yeah. All right, so that was the battling thing. Good stuff. Youngins, listen, pay attention. Yeah. It's
Take
about
notes.
the music.
Hope
Take
y'all
notes.
youngins taking notes, man.
Pay attention, youngins.
I hope y'all
Taking
listen.
y'all to school today.
Yes, sir. So
Give you some real history. You may not never get this again.
Yeah.
I'm going to narrate this part right quick. Trouble Funk, after those battles, this thing with Sugar Hill, they had a movie career.
Oh, Lord.
Uh-oh.
And Good to Blow.
That's exactly what it was. It was nothing good to go about that, John. It was good to blow.
What happened to
They
him?
blew a lot of money, man.
Really?
They blew a lot of. It started off with like $1 million, so like $1.5 million budget. That John went all the way up to $4 million, man. It was $4 million or nothing. I don't even know much about movies, man. I could have did better than that with about 100,000. You know what I'm saying? Give me 100,000, man. I mean, it didn't happen at the Go-Go because it wasn't Go-Go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You had a whole bunch of guys up there, man. It looked like it was a scene in L.A. or New York somewhere.
Yeah. I mean, was we dressing like that, man?
No, man.
I mean, that's why people in Baltimore calling us names now that we created for them. Yeah, I said it on the mic, but anyway, I don't want to go off track.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Little beats up in it. You should meet my mother. I love you, little beats, man, but you're wrong. You're wrong.
Oh,
You shouldn't even let him carry you like that, man.
Yeah, he was crying a lot in that movie, wasn't he? Man, dudes from Southeast cried.
But the king I was short of getting a college degree. And you killed him.
Oh, man. I wonder if I can pull it up on Netflix.
Good to blow.
Didn't happen at the Go-Go. You'll be hearing from my lawyer.
So I guess that didn't work out for any of the bands, huh?
The only good part about that whole movie is the performance of Trouble Funk. I mean, you know, we got good reviews on the performance.
Smoking, still smoking.
The music wasn't all that, but I mean, you know, the music was kind of whack too because, like I said, they kind of let their producers stick their hands in it and water it down.
Yeah, you can't water down Go-Go, man.
You know, fortunately, they couldn't water my voice down, and my voice was live over the tracks.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, that gave it a little bit more of the originality of what people used to.
So did that movie set Go-Go back in your opinion?
In my opinion, I think it did set Go-Go back. It didn't set Trouble Funk back. You know what I'm saying? But it set Go-Go back. Because it just didn't represent, you know what I'm saying? It was just too much negativity,
Right.
you know, up in there.
Yeah, that movie's about crack or something.
Yeah, it was just too much.
Yeah.
And it didn't have a happy ending. You know, it didn't have a positive ending.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Well, let me put it this way. It didn't have a strong enough positive ending to make up for all the stuff that was so negative.
Cool.
You know what I'm saying?
So that didn't affect y'all because y'all was touring the world.
No,
How you like that,
we were in
Preston?
the world, man. You know,
Preston gave me a thumbs up. Y'all.
Yeah.
So what was that experience like, first traveling the world, Switzerland, Japan, all that good stuff?
It was like, man, one of the greatest feelings, man, of my life because, I mean, can you imagine just traveling all around the world doing something that you love to do and getting paid real good at it?
Yeah.
Man, that's a dream, man. I mean, you got people, we did stuff that people can only dream about. I mean, not to mention getting paid, just traveling the world. You know what I'm saying?
One question for you.
Yes, sir.
While you was out there traveling, throughout the whole world.
Don't ask me
when
that,
you woke
man.
up
Oh,
in
go
the
ahead.
mornings,
Yeah.
did you wake up with a big white, terry cloth robe and breakfast and everything coming to your door?
Yeah, depending on
Two
where
of
we
them
was.
aside,
I mean, it's like in Japan, we wore a lot of kimonos.
Okay.
In London, we had the real soft cherry cloth robe.
Hey,
I wore
man,
this
you know
shirt
what I'm
on.
saying?
You know what I'm
It's
saying?
easy access, baby.
Yeah, it was all good, man. I mean, it was first class. I mean,
So how did they-
everything was first class?
How did they receive the music? In
They
those
loved us, man. They loved us so much over there, man. A lot of the guys, that could never happen to me because, like I said, I sent off of my ego a long time ago and it got lost in the mail. I'm glad it did.
Right.
But
Some of them
a
still
lot
over
of the
there.
guys got soft over there. You know what I'm saying? They actually started believing the hype. You know what I'm saying? And when they got back here, see, the thing about DC, you got to work.
Yeah.
You got to put in work. If you want to please the people here, you know what I'm saying, you got to do your work, man. You know what I'm saying? Over there, you don't have to work near as hard. You know what I'm saying? You can sneeze and they'll holler for you. You know what I'm saying? It's just like it was just so easy over there. Like in Japan, it was like, I mean, yeah, they just love everything about trouble. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have to work hard at all. And then when we got back here, the guys had gotten used to not working. You know, some of them cats didn't even break a sweat, man. You know what I'm saying? I feel guilty if I didn't sweat. Right. If I didn't have water dripping from my pants leg, man, I didn't think we did a good job. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I tried to put in work all the time, man. But, I mean, Japan, Amsterdam, London, Germany, Switzerland, some places I can't even remember. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
You know.
How long was the tour?
But like I said, we did like 4 different tours.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? And the first one we did was like about maybe 3 months.
Man.
And then we came back and, you know, we went back out again. We only went for like less than a month. And then we started spot dating after that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Cool. So after that, coming back to the D.C. area, how was you received coming back home? Because
I'm going to tell you, man, after being gone, and this happens with all the groups that actually, that's why Rashes ain't left nowhere. But,
right.
White boy smart. He's like, I'm going to stay right here and get my money. But the thing is, man, I mean, it's all about what you want to do. You know, if you're content here, then this is where you need to be. You know what I'm saying? But you know, we wanted to take this thing outside of DC, man, and share it with the world. Let them know, represent. You know what I'm saying? That hey, man, you know, Go-Go got some stuff on the map too. You know what I'm saying? Go-Go is just as big as hip hop. The only difference is, man, is that hip-hop got better business representation. You know what I'm saying? You know, if I tell you what, if you was to take Go-Go and put it in New York and hip-hop and put it in D.C., Go-Go would have been just as big as hip-hop. Because, I mean, you got so many more outlets, you know what I'm saying? And it's just so many more ways to break it. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, I mean, fortunately, man, I mean, we opened the doors. We opened the doors for a lot of groups. And so did Island Records. That's the only thing they did do. But nobody really rose to the occasion, you know. And Island Records did not know how to market Go-Go. You know what I'm saying? The guy that knew how to market Go-Go was Mike's Kid. You know what I'm saying? But Mike's Kid was on a whole nother agenda, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm going to leave it right there.
And on that note, leaving it right there, we got to lock it in the groove one more again.
Lock Take me out to the thing in the socket, y'all.
Take me out to the Go-Go show. Big T.A. go ahead. My main man, Pat.
Yes, sir.
Holla. Yeah. I guess Big Tony of that Trouble Funk band.
That's right.
Right on. So what's going on with Trouble nowadays in 2012 and beyond?
Okay, well, you know, like I said, I said way back in the early 70s, you know, I had this little saying, Trouble Funk ain't gonna never stop. We gonna keep on funking till we hit the top. We gonna do it like we did it when we did it before. And when we finish that, we gonna do it some more. We gonna funk you up. Yeah.
Funk it up.
But that's your question, man. That's your question, man. Yeah, we got we still doing our thing, man. I'm in the transition of I'm making some transitions with some new members. I got to give it a facelift because all of the older guys, you know, T-Bone was the last of the original members. He just retired. We just did a big retirement show on him. As a matter of fact, we just released a DVD, T-Bone's retirement party. We got Go-Go Mickey on there as a special guest, man. If Go-Go Mickey showed off, y'all got to go get that junk. You know?
Where can they get it from?
You can get it at Kent Mills, PA Palace, CD Depot, and we're still working on trying to get it up in downtown Locker Room and places like that. But the places that I know you can get it right now, those places, CD Depot, Kent Mill, and PA Palace.
All night long. So,
and also, yeah, you can get it. You can get it offline. You know, you order it offline also. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Trouble Funk.
Any more info about the band? What you doing?
Yeah,
any
man,
pet peeves? Anything? It's you, man.
Well, like I said, man.
Man.
I'm getting ready to come back. You know, we getting ready to come back, man. I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready to just let them know that I can go there if I want to. I just want to let them know I can go there. You know what I'm saying? This is what I do for a living. I've been doing this for 30 years, man. So I got to get paid. I got to pay bills, man. I mean, I got 9 kids and a dog, man. So, yeah.
I didn't want to
still
say.
ain't got bad beat, but I'm just saying,
I didn't want to say. I didn't want to say. I was wondering if there was some slant eye or something in Japan that's playing.
I ain't no comment on that, man. I mean, that ain't gonna get me in trouble.
Oh, damn. Well, that's what they're editing
I may
for.
have a couple of war babies over there. I mean, I don't know.
I'm just saying, be human, you know what I'm saying?
Funk it up. I was young, man. You know what I'm saying? I was young. I mean,
I ain't speaking on the hand now.
Over there,
I'm not speaking on the hand now. I mean, I don't know. I don't know either.
I was sowing my wild oats. I mean,
And I'm just talking from. I haven't been out the country, and I don't know. I got 1 million unborns.
I plan to go back over there, so I mean, I'm certain their surface up at the show would be hard.
They want a royalty check too.
Yeah, we're supposed to be going to Brazil in April, man. So
hey man,
can I go, man?
Be safe, be good. Brazil, man.
Come on, let's roll. Now, this is my very first time going to Brazil, so I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I heard a lot about them.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, man.
Take pictures.
I'm gonna bring you some pictures back to show.
We going. Yeah. We gonna pay for our own plane ticket, man.
Man, let's do
Yeah, we can broadcast.
Take a whole show over there. We gonna broadcast over there.
We gotta have pictures because people gotta believe we was there.
Tell Kato expense that one out.
Well, I'm saying, man, you got Photoshop, so we'll hook it up, man.
Yeah, man.
I'll take some pictures, make sure I leave enough room for you to get up in there.
My man.
Oh, like Kato did with the. All right, yeah.
All
night long.
Me and the TMOTTGoGo crew.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All night long.
But yeah, we're coming back, man. We're definitely coming back this summer, and we're gonna make some serious noise. What I did, I put together a whole nother group because those for the promoters that don't want to pay a lot of money. It's like it's kind of hard to play here and not play top 40s now. That's the way they made the game, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I never stop playing my original music, but it's like you gotta add some top 40s up in there if you're gonna get some work. Yeah. That's just the way. I mean, I don't agree with that. I don't think it should be that way, but I think bands should be able to hold their own with their own music. Now they got the game so twisted, man, where if you playing original music, they don't even want to hire you.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you, man, WAP. Well, he didn't change his name now to Wisdom Speak.
Yeah.
But it's one of the baddest brothers out here in D.C., man. And they giving this brother a hard way to go, man. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
He doing all originals.
They don't want to give him, the bands don't. I ain't calling no names, but they don't even want him to play with him because the boy is bad. Yeah. He's like, really, that's where Go-Go should be, where he's at right now.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And I can't, hey man, don't hate, man. Don't hate, appreciate.
I'm kind of lost where I'm not really a radio station listener like that. So it's a lot of new songs these bands play. I don't even know. They could be originals for all I know. So my thing is, why don't you just play original? I'm not going to know it anyway. If I like it, I'm going to groove to it. But and guess what? If I groove to it, it's yours. And I'm going to be asking for it. That's the only way
we're going to get the radio stations back on original music, man. the band's got to take control, man, and do what needs to be done.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, I mean, you're leaving it open for the radio stations to do whatever they want to do.
That's what they're doing.
You know
We need a radio station facelift.
We insisted that they play our music. And you know how we did it? We cranked out hit records that started from the underground. And, you know what I'm saying? It's like KYS, Donnie Simpson, man, they want to play Trouble Funk. They didn't want to play that back in the day.
Right.
But it was in such a demand.
They had to play.
You know what I'm saying? Such a demand. Donnie said, man, I never forget it. I heard he was playing Say What. And he said, yeah, that was Trouble Funk, pots, pans, and all. You know? Yeah, Donnie, you know you said it. But the thing is that no matter how you felt about it, the people wanted it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The people wanted it. You know, we had a lot of people that commented on Trouble Funk music, and they kind of see, we were young ones, so I understand the transition of what's going on with the youngest now. What I don't understand is, why is there no structure? I understand it's a young thing. I was young once, and a lot of people that was my age now was like, that know us, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It was noise to them. But now, it's like...
Noise.
Yeah, man, it's like, man, tone them timbales down a little bit, man, you know? Take a little highs out of the hi-hat. It ain't necessary. You'll still feel it. You'll probably feel it better. You know what I'm saying? But it's like right now, man, it's like everything is, by the time they get my age, if they live to get my age, man, the damn ear's going to be shot. You're going to be burned out, man. You're living for the day. You ain't worried about what's happening tomorrow. You know? So hopefully, man, what my plan is to bring this thing back, man, and update my groove, because that's all Chuck done. You know, he's very smart. I mean, I got to go back to Chuck. I mean, he pretty much got the blueprint to what it takes to stay in the game, and he's done a pretty good job. All Chuck did is recruit some younger members to give and play the same music he's been playing for 30 years, but make it sound younger. Trouble Funk got endless hits. All we got to do is just keep it feeling young.
Yeah.
And that's the whole thing. So I'm not worried about coming back. I mean, I'm doing fine. For all of y'all that didn't know, I'm doing okay.
Hey, take all the hits that y'all created, people are sampled. When y'all next show play everything, call them out. This one right here, it was sampled by blah, blah, blah. But this is us, the real deal doing it.
Yeah,
Trouble Funk.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Just to name a few. You know what I'm saying? You got LL Cool J. You got KRS-One. Benny Siegel. What's the name of the group? Here it is, in your face. Chuck D. Public Enemy. They sampled about 3 of our songs in one record.
And the Beastie Boys love y'all.
Yeah, Beastie Boys. And then we got a couple of soundtracks, movie soundtracks. We got what's the movie? Yes Man. Let's Get Small up in that joint. Yeah. Juice, Pump Me Up in that joint.
Yeah.
You know, and then a couple of other movies, man, but.
I mean, you gotta watch these movies, man. They be trying to do some slick. Yeah. They go low budget to sample to get your music.
Yeah, but you know, we got such good lawyers, man. You know what I'm saying?
Got to.
Yeah, good lawyers.
Loan them the junk.
Release the hounds. Release the hounds.
Yeah, shout out to my man Caress and Company.
All right, now.
Hey, I got a couple more shout outs, man.
Bring it.
Yeah.
Want it over pocket?
I want to shout out my store over here, Miss Tony's Creative Touch, off of Branch Avenue. Come on through there. We got all Trouble Funk product. T-shirts, hats, DVDs, CDs. Yeah. Come on through, you know what I'm saying? I mean, from 1970, whatever, up until now, you know what I'm saying? And then we're going to be carrying some other products, you know, in a minute. But right now, I'm just focused on Trouble. Yeah. But I want to have a meeting with EU and what I want to carry some good go-go, you know what I'm saying? Outside of Trouble Funk, you know what I'm saying? But
cool.
But you can get any Trouble Funk you want. Also, I want to shout out my man over there at Rehab Computers. You know, so if your computer OD'd or whatever, take it over to computer rehab, and they hook you right up, my man Ivan.
All right, y'all. We're going to get ready to sign out on here. That was Big Tony giving us the history on that Trouble Funk and also what's in store in 2012. You know, they gave you what's in store. We're going to give you some more. All right?
Coming back. It ain't over, y'all. It ain't over.
All right, now.
Yes. We're signing off now. Special shout out to my man Big Tony for stepping into the basement with us. Once again, you can catch the rebroadcast from 7 to 9 on Tuesdays. And also catch the original air, at what time there?
1 to 3.
Yes, sir.
Ooh-wee at 1 to 3.
1 to 3.
That's what
the
y'all
rebroadcast from 7 to 9. You feel me?
And stay tuned. We're going to have more of those legends for you out there on the Take Me Out to the Go-Go.
We're going to Horse and Dickies now.
Yes, sir.
Man, yeah.